Hey guys, it's about beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. This is Foothills Stout. From what I hear, they stopped doing this beer for a while. This is a 7% alcohol by volume. I'll be using 48 on this one. And Foothills is out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm a big fan of their beers. I really like what Jamie Bartholomew is the head brewer down there, and been there. It's been a while since I've been down there, and heading back down there on the 19th. By the time you see this, probably I've already come and gone from down there. We're going down for a sexual chocolate VIP vertical event. This ought to be a tasty beer, guys. And this is not something that's probably going to blow your socks off or your hair back or anything. This is a nice, typical 7% stout. So let's see what it brings to the table here, guys. Commercial description on this one. I've used a 48 on this, by the way. It says a robust, full-bodied stout made with roasted barley, black, and crystal malt. Total Eclipse has a full mouth feel and is higher in alcohol content, color 70, blah blah blah, and IBU 48. Food pairings for this beer. Alright, tablet. Electronics, you gotta love it. It says here is an American Stout. So American Stout, food pairings for the American Stout is Cuisines barbecue, cheeses, butter, brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss, earthy, Camembert, Fontina, and since it is a stout, goes well with your chocolate dishes, of course. The meat is beef, shellfish, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Black for a pint, Becker, not a tumbler, mug, style, and Sidell. I like having my stouts in a tulip style glass, either in the double glass or the solvent beer glass. I'm using the solvent beer glass today on this one, guys. Not recommending for extended cellaring. It's a 7%er. This beer is going to keep for a year or two anyway. There's no reason why you could not sell this beer for that long. It's not a hop forward beer. There's no coffee added. It's going to dissipate or go away over time. It's a typical American stout. So there's no reason why you could not keep this for a year or two. I'm not sure. I don't think they are dating anything. I don't see anything on the label here. There may be something on the bottle. We'll look when we come back for the final chug. I would like to see them do something there as far as dating. So at least a vintage. We don't need a month or a day. Just like to see what year it was put in the bottle. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Jamie, you got a dating machine yet, buddy? I know you can afford one. Chop chop, hop to it there, hop sing. Into the glass we go. I'm not going to pour too aggressive because it looks like it's going to produce a monster head. Very well carbonated, and it did. About a half a bottle poured in there, and we got a good 2 fingers of very khaki colored, maybe a little darker than that. Nice creaminess on the side. A little bit bigger bubbles on the top where I poured it a little too aggressive there probably. Over to the light, there is none. Not even through the little part, well, down through the little part of the glass. Down here where the thin part is, I'm getting some red ruby tinges through there. So, depending on the glass that you're pouring it in, if you've got something kind of thin like this, you may be seeing some red ruby tinges through the side of the glass. But through the big part, the bulb here, I'm not getting any light. but I am a little bit of red ribbiness to the bottom. So let's get a nose on it, see what we got. Rich roasted caramel malt. A hint of some chocolate in there. Almost has like a burnt toast characteristics to me. Yeah, I swear I'm getting burnt toast. Smells good though. Not that I'm a big fan of burnt toast. Smells good though. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. The alcohol is super well hidden. I'm not getting any hints of that 7%. A nice sweetness up front. Just enough IBUs to balance out the beer. And I did tell you the IBUs on this one was like 48. Yep. Which is kind of typical for a standard American stout. 48, 50, somewhere in that area. Caramel, toffee, bittersweet chocolate, maybe some burnt toast. That's from the malt that they use in there. Like I said, they use a roasted barley and black and crystal malt. That black malt gives it the color and a little bit of that burnt toast taste, if you will. That's very good. Very tasty. A nice entry-level stout at 7%. Not a 9 or 10 or 12% or like Avery does. 16, 17, 18, 19%. Very easy drinking. Not a lot of booziness at all. At all, really. I'm not getting any. Very easy drinking. A nice, like I said, entry level. If you're not into the stouts, maybe, of course, you know, you might want to try a 4 or 5%er, maybe something in the English style first, and then work your way up to like a 6 or 7%, then maybe an 8 or a 9% or even 10%. Then some of your bourbon barrel aged stouts that even go all the way up to, like I said, Avery does some stuff that's 19%. You would probably want to work your way up. You wouldn't want to go from Coors Light to a 19% bourbon barrel aged stout. That's just going to blow your freaking hair off. I mean, it's going to be like drinking motor oil because your palate can't handle it. So you work your way up on this kind of stuff, guys. I mean, you start off with, I mean, if you're a macro lager drinker, you start off with something a little lighter. Go into a Hefeweizen or maybe an Oktoberfest or something very similar to what you've been drinking, and work your way up to a pale ale and maybe a low ABV IPA that don't have a lot of bitterness to it, and just you work your way up. You know, it's like a step ladder. I mean, you just keep getting another notch, another notch, another notch, another notch. So a great 7%er, very well made. So Jamie, very nice stout. I'm looking forward to going down on the 19th. Of course, by the time you see this, 19th will be come and gone, and meet him again. It's been about 4 or 5 years since I was down there, and took a beer school class, if you will, from his wife, Sarah, and looking forward to go back down there and doing the vertical on the sexual chocolate. So let's let this one warm up just a little bit, and then share the other half of this, and we'll come back and do the final chug and grade on this one. Very nice beer. I like it. Alright guys, back, got just a little left here. Went to the beer site, and it says where everybody dates their stuff, and it says that they date their outside packaging. Well, if you're producing bombers and you're dating the outside packaging, who in the frick buys bombers by the case? I am going to ask Jamie when I go down and for the Sexual Chocolate vertical event why they feel that it's appropriate to date the outside of a case of bombers when nobody buys cases of bombers. Why they can't date the individual bottles on a 22 ounce. Or why they can't date every bottle. I mean every bottle. And I'm definitely going to ask Jamie, he's the head brewer there, why they don't. And I'm going to tell him why that they don't get as good a rating from me, because they don't. I mean, that's 2015 here, guys. They need to step up to the plate and date. We need a vintage on this style of beer. 7% stout. This beer is going to last for multiple years, probably even up to 5 years, or even longer. You could probably have a 7%er at 10 years. I don't know if I'd want to keep a 7%er that long, but you could. You could. There's nothing detrimental that's going to go bad on this beer. That would probably be the maximum age limit on a 7% stout for me anyway, that I'd want to age one that long, or sell one that long. But they need to do that. Foothills is big enough that they can do that. So I'm going to ask that question directly to the horse's mouth, why they do not. And I'll give you a response back when I have it, when I come back and do some reviews, why they do not, what his answer is to that. But if you're reducing a 22 ounce bottle, it needs to have a vintage on it. And I'm going to tell him that. I'm going to tell him if you're doing an IPA, we need a month and a year. It needs to be on the bottle. It don't need to be on the 6-pack. It don't need to be on the case. It needs to be on each frickin' bottle. So, and that's going to cost them a grade point. It is. It's going to cost them a grade point. I don't pull any punches, guys. I don't. I tell it like it is. That's, as a beer consumer and a beer reviewer, we as beer purchasers need to have that information. Not on the case, not on the 6-pack, on each frickin' bottle. That's just the way I feel about it, guys. Y'all know me by now. So, I'm not going to harp any more on that. We're going to do the final chug. Damn shame. It's a damn shame. It's a crying shame. How was Chuck? Yeah. That's a great beer. It's a very delicious beer. It is a beer that needs a date. It needs a vintage, and we need a year on this beer, Jamie. We really do. I can't wait to get down there and ask and tell him. 1,700 plus beer reviews. Why are you not dating your beers? Not on a 6-pack, not on a case. Why are you not dating the bottles? I know it's an expensive machine, but you've been producing beers well over 10 years. Why do you not find that a necessary piece of equipment to have? And I'm going to tell him what I think. I'm going to tell him straight to his face what I think. Alright guys, for me, this is a 9 beer in an 8 bottle. That's what I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it an 8. It is an 8 beer, but it could get a better grade if it had a vintage on the label or on the bottle. Somewhere on each individual bottle. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 87. That's a little lower than what I would give it. Maybe that's why they're giving it such a low score, because it doesn't have a date. Maybe so. Over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 96 overall, 97 in the style. Very impressive numbers from those guys over there. I'm not going that far. If I was putting a numeric rating on this, it would probably be a 91 or a 92 because it has no vintage on the bottom. So if you've had this one from Foothills, this is their stout, the 7%er. Very nice, very tasty stout. A very good, I hate to say entry-level stout, but because there are some English style stouts and lower ABV stouts that you might want to try. if you're trying to get into this version, in this style of beer. But for 7%, it's very easy drinking. I mean, it's no alcohol taste at all to me. Of course, I have a very large palate, and I've drank some fairly monstrous beers in my day. So when it comes to a 7%er, I mean, I'm not tasting that alcohol. Now, I have done some 8, 9%ers that were very boozy, but this is not. This is not. It's very tasty. So that's what I'm gonna stick to my guns. That's what I'm gonna say on this one. Need a date on the label. We need not the month, not the year. I mean, not the month, not the day, but we needed a year. What year was this put in the bottle? So we'll know. This is a 2015 edition. This is a 2013 edition, 2014 edition. That way we'll know. It's that easy. I mean, it's not rocket science, guys. It's not brain surgery. It's common sense. It's good business. It's good for the consumer. It's good for the brewery. You wouldn't want to pick this bottle up not knowing what the vintage is of it. Now, I mean, granted, it is a stout. It's not a hoppy beer, and if you bought this beer next year or the year after, it's still going to be good. But I kind of want to have that information. I want to know how fresh a beer that I'm drinking. And if I pick this bottle up and it's got a vintage on it, this is a 2014 edition, this is a 2015 edition, I know I might be able to sell that beer for a couple of years. But if I go in and this beer's been on the shelf for 5 years, I'm not interested in buying a beer that's been on the shelf 5 years, even for a 7% stout. It's still going to be good. There's no reason why you couldn't sell it that long. But, I mean, it's going to taste different than a fresh bottle than when it's 5 or 10 years old. It is. Sometimes it gets a little more complex. Sometimes everything comes together and melds well together. But I still want that information. I do. I mean, the people that put wine in wine bottles, they usually put the vintage on there. So why can't we get these guys to do that? I can't wait to get down there and ask Jamie that. Why are you not dating each individual bottle and dating the packaging on these? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I swear I am. I swear I am. Alright guys, if you've had this with anybody else, this is their stout. Let me know what you think, guys. And come on back tomorrow. Let's see what's in the fridge then. See you then.